Very talented John Eastman can talk out of both sides of his mouth while blowing smoke out of his ass. John Eastman defended his urging Vice President Mike Pence to delay certifying electors in the 2020 presidential election, telling a California state bar court judge Tuesday that he was in constitutional terms petitioning an officer of the government for redress of rather serious grievances. President Trump, Pence's chief legal counsel, chief of staff, and Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows attended the meeting that lasted 60 to 90 minutes, Eastman said during questioning by his attorney Randall Miller. Pence during the meeting asked if Eastman thought the vice president had the power simply to reject electoral votes, and I said, "This is etched in my mind, almost verbatim. Mr. Vice President, it's an open question. The issue has never been resolved. But I think that even if you had that power, under these circumstances, it would be foolish to exercise it," Eastman said. Trump lawyer Eastman's character, integrity, license online October 17, 2023, 8:39 p.m. EDT. Joyce E. Cutler. Eastman told the court Wednesday that he didn't know until Jacob testified that Pence already decided to do a "Dear Colleague" letter on January 6, rejecting Eastman's arguments the vice president had unilateral authority to decide which electoral votes could be counted and which shouldn't be counted. If the decision had already been made and was irrevocable, there would have been no point in having the meetings at all, Eastman told California State Bar Court Judge Yvette Rowland. On direct questioning from his attorney Randall Miller, Eastman said he became aware at some point that Pence, perhaps with Jacob's counsel, decided not to act on the recommendations. "I didn't know that at the time. I wouldn't have spent as much time in the meeting on the 5th if I'd known it was already decided," he said. Jacob told the Congressional January 6 committee that he'd told Eastman during those meetings that the law professor's theories lacked a sound legal basis, and that Eastman acknowledged Pence couldn't reject the electors. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than Eastman explains why he pressed Pence on electoral vote counting October 18, 2023, 5:45 p.m. EDT. Joyce E. Cutler. Greg Jacob, who served as general counsel for former Vice President Mike Pence, testified in person Thursday. He said he had multiple conversations with Eastman, a former professor at the Chapman University School of Law who clerked for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, about two courses of action Eastman and Trump wanted Pence take on January 6. In one, Pence would have thrown out certified electors from multiple states disputed by Trump and instead ratified slates of alternate electors. In the other, Pence would have adjourned the joint session of Congress for a 10-day recess to allow legislatures in the disputed states to finish their work. According to Jacob, after being pressed on the issue, Eastman acknowledged neither plan backed by historic or legal precedent and both violated multiple provisions of the Electoral Count Act. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than Jacob testified that he believed Eastman's plan would have created an unprecedented, constitutional jump ball, and could ultimately lead to violence in the streets once supporters found out it was unworkable. "Well, there's been violence before in the history of our country," Eastman replied. According to Jacob, Trump lawyer John Eastman knew January 6 plan was illegal, asked for pardon afterward. Committee hears author Jordan Fisher published 7:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time June 16, 2022. Time equals 400 Ms. greater than updated 8:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time June 16, 2022.